A long time ago, after Noah and his family left the ark, people began to grow in number and spread out over the land. For a while, everyone spoke the same language. This meant that people could easily talk to each other and work together. One day, a large group of people traveled to a land called Shinar. They decided to settle there and build a great city where they could all live together. The people in Shinar wanted to do something amazing. They came up with a big idea to make a name for themselves, so everyone would remember them. "Let's make bricks and build a huge tower that reaches all the way up to the sky," they said. They thought if they built this tall tower, they would become famous and powerful, and it would keep them from being scattered all over the earth. So they got to work. They made strong bricks and used a sticky material called tar to hold the bricks together. They began building the city and the tower, working hard to reach their goal. But as they built higher and higher, they began to think only about their own plans and their own power, rather than remembering and honoring God. God saw what they were doing. He noticed that everyone was working together on this project with only one goal in mind, to be great on their own, without needing Him. God knew that if they continued down this path, they might think they could do anything without His help, which could lead them away from Him and cause even more trouble. So God decided to teach them a lesson. He made it so that each person suddenly spoke a different language. Imagine talking to your friends one moment, and the next moment, they sound like they're speaking a totally new language that you can't understand. This caused a lot of confusion and frustration. Since they couldn't understand each other anymore, they couldn't work together on the tower. Eventually, the people gave up on building the tower. They scattered to different parts of the earth, each group finding their own place to live where they could understand each other. The tall tower they had begun to build was left unfinished, and the city became known as Babel, which sounds like the word for confusion, because that's where God confused the people's language. The story of the Tower of Babel reminds us that God wants us to trust in Him and remember that we need His help, rather than trying to become powerful or famous on our own. It also shows us why people speak so many different languages and live in so many different parts of the world today.